everybody. Happy Friday to you. Thanks for being here with us on Northern Life. I don't think it's any secret that I drink a lot of coffee here at the station. Pretty much everybody knows that. It's like, maybe 3 or 4 cups a day. I bring my own creamer, which is, great because I like to jazz up my coffee, not just have it black. Today, though, I saw somebody had a very special creamer in the fridge. It was birthday cake flavored creamer. I know, it sounded so good, so I did a little investigating. Found out it was our very own Natalie Hepner's creamer. And she let me try it. Yeah, and I asked first.
Sure. That's a good coworker right there.
Yeah, I could have just secretly, but I went the extra mile, right? And it's really good. It's like confetti birthday cake. Even.
Really?
Is it Coffee Mate?
No, it's the Chobani brand.
Whoa.
Yeah, which is my favorite creamer these days. They have so many different flavors, like cookie dough is really good. This is not sponsored, by the way. I wish it was.
Hashtag not sponsored.
But yeah, I felt so festive drinking some fun new birthday cake creamer in my coffee.
Is that oat milk then? Is Chobani oat milk, or do they have normal milk?
It is like oat milk. Yeah.
It is oat milk.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
which is good because I'm not the biggest of milk fans, so a little oat milk is good for me.
Yeah, it's good
stuff. Good for lactose intolerant people too, right?
I think so.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a good story. Let's get to a not so good story. I'll start with part 1A of this story. After Hunter's river otter conversation, I had to find a video of those river otters.
Oh, no.
I would not suggest looking that up on YouTube. They are absolutely terrifying.
I thought we were just about to show it. Okay,
No,
I'm
not going to put that in front of our viewers.
Don't subject the viewers to that.
They're taller than me. Like Hunter was saying, they're taller than me. They're taking down like baby alligators down there in the Amazon.
Yeah. A really original name too, because they're called the river otters up here, normally, and down there they're called big river otters. That's the official name. They're giant river otters. That's what it is.
Big guys.
Yeah.
If you like that sort of thing, look it up on YouTube. But
wild.
Otherwise, please don't scare yourself. But here's the other story. This is part 1B. I cannot get over this. After the 4 p.m. the other day, Hunter asks me, Briggs, he says, "Do you want any quarters?"
Okay.
And I say, "Why would you give away your quarters?" And Hunter says, "I throw away my loose change."
You throw it in the garbage?
He throws his loose change in the garbage.
In the trash?
I hate loose change so much.
What is wrong with you?
It's just trash. It just clutters up everything that you own, your truck cup holder, your anything else that you have. So I throw away, usually I'll save the quarters. Everything else, it's in the trash.
I'm literally going to follow behind you now forever and watch and see. I'm going to pick your coins out of the trash.
Yeah,
oh
you
my gosh.
should. I probably seriously have thrown hundreds of dollars worth of change in the trash over the years since I was a little kid. I hate change, and it's not my parents'
Since
fault.
I was a small child with all the change.
It's just something I grew.
It's not
over
a
the
dollar.
years. And then
Throw it away.
the banks that I used to go to, they used to count the change for you, but now you have to roll it up in the thing and then put it in. So that's another reason why I stopped, because I'm not going to roll up a bunch of quarters. What am I need a 4th job? I mean, come on. I'm not getting paid for that. That's
I then
wild.
had to inform Hunter that there's still Coinstar machines out and about.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And you said they took a percentage of what you give, and I'm like, a 5%? And then you're like, Hunter, you're throwing away 100% of the coins.
You're in the red.
Worry about Bitcoin taking 5% of his collection. Oh my gosh. That's pretty funny. That video we showed, that big pot of coins, that could have been you.
It could easily.
Could have been you.
Easily.
But here you are with
Maybe I'll change.
Waste management.
Maybe.
Waste management making a lot of money out there.
Yes.
Oh man, well, as we get closer to the weekend, I want to wish my mom a very happy early birthday before her big day coming up on Sunday. There she is with me on my wedding day in Holding Wells.
Aw.
Yeah, very cute. So her birthday is May 4th, which is kind of fun because May the 4th be with you.
yeah.
So,
Does she like Star Wars? Yeah.
no, she's not Star Wars.
Okay.
I don't know if she's ever actually even seen Star Wars, but it's just kind of fun. May your birthday be with you, Mom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, happy birthday
First,
to you.
is it her first birthday with Wells?
Yes,
Wow,
it is.
cool.
So the weather's looking so nice on Sunday,
Great.
so I'm hopeful that we'll get to go maybe enjoy a lunch outside or something, and maybe even put some shorts on Wells for like the first time here. I know it's kind of fun. New outfits to put on them when the weather gets nicer. I love it.
New outfits unlocked.
Yeah.
I know it's her birthday, but can she make us cookies for her birthday? Bring them in on Monday, perhaps? Is that
With
something
the
that can
sea
happen?
salt topping, I think, twist her arm, yeah, I think she can do it.
She makes them thin and with the salt on top, and she'll once in a while bring them into the newsroom, and they're
So
so
good.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
she just made like 250 of them for that wedding that we went out to.
So she's sick of making cookies,
I
probably.
should have been there.
Yeah, missed out.
Oh my gosh. Well, coming up on today's show, we're getting ready for the 151st running of the Kentucky Derby this weekend. We're going to show you how Churchill Downs prepares for such an historic race and how you can watch it here on Northern News Now. A lot of fun surrounding that race coming up this weekend.
And hey, you got to see this. The world's tallest and smallest dogs met in Idaho earlier this month to celebrate 70 years of Guinness World Records. We got Reggie standing at 3 feet 4 inches tall, while Pearl there at the bottom only 3.6 inches tall.
I was not prepared for Reggie to come around the corner.
You didn't see him.
Pearl there, as you'll see too, small enough to fit in a teacup, which is
funny.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, I thought that we were going to say that was their height standing up like on their back feet. But no, I see just standing on all 4 feet,
Yeah.
Reggie is that tall. And
small.
that little guy is that small. Oh
I know.
my gosh.
Basically the size of the other dog's nose. Yeah.
It's like a river otter right there. Giant river otter.
Don't Google it.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it, folks.
What's going to be a beautiful weekend weather-wise. And Travel Northwest Wisconsin is excited to announce that Rice Lake, Wisconsin is going to be hosting the 2025 Wisconsin Governor's Fishing Opener today and tomorrow. So as part of that event, they're holding a special family fishing day on Saturday, encouraging young people to get out and involved in plenty of outdoor activities, which of course include fishing as well. So I think a lot of anglers are just thrilled to see the forecast for this
Yeah.
weekend because sometimes it can be so cold
Yeah,
on
oh, yeah.
fishing opener. And there might even be ice on the lakes, but I don't think that's the case this year.
I don't think in northwest Wisconsin there is.
Okay.
There is still some up in northern Minnesota. We still got a week for that.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's snow on fishing openers. So, good thing that it's going to be beautiful this weekend.
And also quickly to happen this weekend, the Minnesota Jigsaw Puzzle Association is coming down to the deck, so that should be a lot of fun. A lot of teams competing for the top prizes in that contest. Should be a great weekend. Well, hey, coming up after the break, the Kentucky Derby is coming to Churchill Downs this weekend. We'll talk about it next.
Welcome back, everybody. With the Kentucky Derby coming up this weekend, fans of horses may be celebrating at home, even pretending to be a jockey themselves. There's a new hobby that's been growing in popularity. Kids are hopping on the hobby horse, as it's called. One of the main reasons why hobby horsing has become so popular in the first place is because it offers a cheaper alternative to a real horse.
Much cheaper.
Yeah, and it's a good exercise as well. You could just bounce over the little gates there, and that's so cute. I had one of those when I was little. I don't know if I actually went through the extent of going through
Sure.
obstacles
Sure.
and things, but it's fun.
Sometimes there's those competitions out there. It's mostly the kids around the teenage age who actually do the competitions to see how high they can jump over on their hobby horse.
Whoa.
It's kind of impressive, yeah, but it is a lot more cheaper than owning an actual horse.
Oh, a lot.
Oh,
a lot.
my
My
gosh.
question is it wrong to bet on children? Can you bet on the
You
children?
can
Is that
bet
okay?
on the hobby horses.
Yeah, why
After you
not?
don't have any money to bet on children, it's all,
Well, they kept the
The
change.
trash.
might as well throw your garbage or your money in the trash. But
I could be a millionaire right now. Listen, during Derby week, there's a lot of focus on the horses, but as Josh Nike explains here, a lot of work goes on under those hooves to ensure the track is in perfect condition come rain or shine.
The consistency is the key.
That's the name of the game when it comes to maintaining the track at Churchill Downs. Jamie Richardson is the track superintendent. He's watched over every aspect here for the last 13 years.
The crew also, we take care of all the barn area and everything on the backside here. So everything you see from the grandstand that way is ours.
That includes taking care of every bit of dirt on the track. Dirt might actually be too simple of a term. Richardson says there's a very careful ratio of sand, clay, and silt.
There's probably between 18 inches and 2 feet of the track material over a clay base.
He took me out onto the track to show why this mixture is so important.
About how deep can some of these prints
Well, if you
go?
look in here, this is about as deep as you want them to go. These horses are galloping. He cupped it out pretty good. Here you can almost see where the frog of the horse's hoof is, and it holds together. Doesn't just fall apart like straight sand would fall apart. So that's where your silt and clay, your binders come in to hold the material together.
The crew goes out between every race during Derby to reset the track. You might be busy placing your next bet or getting a drink, but these folks are doing some incredibly precise work.
So this is a harrow. You've got all the rows of teeth. So when it's down, you have 2 rows of double teeth you see teeth on either side of the bar. Then the flotation tires, and then we've got 3 rows of teeth in the back.
What's really impressive is every single tooth on these things is within a 32nd of an inch of each other. Richardson switched to this new design a couple of years ago. He also upgraded to tractors with 4-wheel drive and 175 horsepower. They've got other perks too.
These tractors have heat, air.
Pretty comfy.
You know, there's a stereo up there on your right, over your right shoulder.
I mean, they got the hydraulics on them, so as you're going across the bumps, you're not
Yeah.
feeling everything.
Even with all that tech, the crew needs a high level of skill and know-how to keep the races running on time. That includes the hardest day that Richardson can remember.
So in 2018, the weather forecasters kept saying we were going to have morning showers and they were going to taper off in the afternoon, and it got harder and harder as the day went on. So that was a challenging day. We ended up, that was the wettest Derby on record. I think we had over 3 inches of rain that day.
Another challenge for the team was the string of 12 horse deaths during the Derby season in 2023. An investigation found no causal relationship between the track and the deaths. Officials examined every aspect of the dirt track, from moisture content to the materials and the cushion depth.
You worry when you see the same injury to horses, but that was not the case. They were in different places around the racetrack, so you couldn't point to any common denominator, but that's why this job is so stressful. I mean, we just hope we never have another year like that.
Churchill went on to be below the national average for horse injuries the following year in 2024. Now they're ready for another race season at one of the most famous racetracks in the entire world.
The most exciting 2 minutes in sports will play out at the historic Churchill Downs as the 151st running of the Kentucky Derby airs tomorrow on NBC here on Northern News Now. So get your fascinators and your mint juleps ready, because the fun takes place live across the time zones, 1:30 p.m. for us right here on Northern News Now.
Where did that tradition start? The dressing up and the hats and the outfits and everything like that?
I don't know. It just seems like it's something taken right out of the South. You
Sure,
know?
yeah.
The fancy hats are always fun to look at on
Yeah.
TV, and
Yeah.
the mint julep too. I think is pretty
Yeah.
popular down there.
So
Which
good.
I've never had one though.
Really?
Yeah,
I think I've had one before.
Is it kind of like a mint mojito or a
Yeah,
mojito? Okay.
maybe that's what I've had. I don't think
Probably.
I've had a julep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like a mojito.
With a little
I see.
Woodford Reserve. Can't go wrong with a little Woodford Reserve. Also, we were looking at the weather happening this weekend in Louisville, Kentucky. It looks like there's a lot of chance for rain down there, so we'll have to wait and see if it's another wet one down there at the track.
Yeah.
Hopefully those meteorologists get it right this time.
I know. I heard that
Dog
little,
on the
that little dig at you guys in that story.
Whoa, whoa, hey, easy.
Well, quickly too, if you have the chance this summer, definitely recommend going down to Canterbury Park in Shakopee, Minnesota. My family goes there all the time during the summer, so if you want a little taste of the Kentucky Derby, head on down to Canterbury Park. Always a good time.
My sister interned there, and she got to do the races, like the dog races one time.
Aw.
Yeah, super cool. We'll see you right here after the break. I can relate to this one here. After years of COVID, staying in may be the new going out. New research from Airwick suggests that nights in are having a moment, as Americans say they're twice as likely to favor hosting guests at their home rather than going out. 72% prefer staying in with friends whenever possible, while just 28% prefer a night out. The top reason people are staying home these days is just because it's a more comfortable environment. They also want to avoid crowds and not have to dress up. So just a lot of antisocial people out there, much like myself.
I'm a big staying in
Nothing
guy.
wrong with
Yeah.
that. No.
Yeah.
There's not. Look at how comfy she looks. That could be us.
And something to be said also about canceled plans and just how good it feels. You were going to do something and the plans got canceled. Now there's nothing going that night.
Oh, isn't that the truth? And sometimes you don't want to be the one to cancel the plan, and so you're like, are they going to cancel the
Yeah.
plan?
Yep.
Do I have to pony up and do it?
And also this time, sadly, like the way, going out lately, it's like sometimes you look at your credit card statements after the fact, you go, I could not have spent that much
Oh my
money
gosh.
at
Seriously?
that place. Yeah, it adds up quickly. So, usually if you go out one place, it's like you stay there maybe a couple hours and maybe the bill gets bigger.
Right.
Maybe you hop around to the next place. So
Yeah.
when you stay at home, you're like, I have 2 beers left in this 6-pack and I know how much money I spent.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's all said and done already. So that's
I do
perfect.
really like people watching, though. When
That's
I'm
a lot
out
of
and about,
fun.
that is
People
fun.
watching's fun.
It
Yeah.
is.
Definitely. Well, we're happy that you're staying home here, watching us right now as we
Hopefully,
sleep.
unless you took us to the bar on YouTube.
True.
Oh, that's true.
That could be cool.
Or you're live streaming on our website.
Yes, whatever you're doing, we're so happy for you. And a new study here has found 1 in 4 Americans will try anything to get out of helping others move. The poll from Safeway Moving found that more than a third secretly hate even being asked to move, but if there is anything they can do to get someone to help, the survey found that it's offering payments of food and drink, money, or returning the favor when the time comes. I had a buddy down in St. Cloud that we helped him move, and he didn't wash his dishes. And when
So
he
you
moved-
move dirty dishes?
so there's crumbs falling on me as I'm carrying all these plates and stuff. And me and my brother helped him. We're like, gagging while we're moving these dishes. We're like, dude, wash your dishes before you move. It was disgusting. So I try my best not to move anymore.
That is horrible.
It was
that
disgusting.
is gross. Ryan helped my husband and I move, and we didn't have any dirty dishes, I hope, but we did have some very heavy and large furniture that Ryan was put to the test and carrying.
The furniture wasn't too bad. Going downstairs with like a huge dresser, with your life on the line, is a little scary sometimes.
But I returned the favor.
Yeah, it's
as
true.
said.
Yeah, you will return the favor in the future. But if anybody asks you to move a pergola,
Say no.
say no.
Say no.
Pergola. Pergola?
Briggs had a pergola
What
in her
is that?
backyard.
It's a fancy, nice thing that provides some shade in my backyard, but it was really hard to take apart. So we were trying to get it over our backyard fence and see if we could do it in one piece. But no, we figured out it wasn't gonna work.
It's a true test of character, though.
Yes.
Moving, a true test of patience too. But I was happy to help you move, Briggs.
Thank
I hope you know.
Yeah, and I did already return the favor.
Yes, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
impressive.
Briggs helped me move too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the first
Just
question.
making sure everybody out there knows. Really
She's not a
hit that home.
freeloader. No.
I also got some pizza.
Yeah, I'll buy you a
And
beer.
Ryan gave us
Yeah,
Qdoba.
yeah,
So.
yeah. It all worked out. Well, this time of year can be especially busy, and if your energy gets zapped, you should be ready for a dopamine hit. And experts say you should have a dopa menu for when those times happen. So you should write down a list of activities that you can turn to, like a short walk or a one-song dance party. The usual things. You can also,
Classic.
classic. You can also take up some writing or find a short nap or take a soothing bath. So create that dopa menu before your weekend here.
I like it.
Yeah.
Sounds good to
Get
me.
that one song dance party ready for the weekend. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Thinking back to the day helping Briggs move too, we couldn't remember the name of the pergola, so I think we kept referring it to as the gondola, which was obviously not correct. But
Which would have been lighter if we would have had a gondola versus a pergola, probably.
I would have been the one sitting in
Possibly.
it.
Yes.
But it was a fun day.
Yeah.
Help somebody move this weekend. Coming up Monday here on Northern Life, we're taking a road trip down memory lane. We're looking back on some of the times Hunter has driven some big rigs on some big wheels. So a collection of some of our best stories here on Northern Life, as will be just me holding the fort down. Yeah.
Oh, funny. You have driven quite a few large vehicles on this show.
I didn't
I'm realizing
realize.
now.
Yeah, buses, trucks. What was the other thing that we were just talking about?
Zamboni?
Zamboni.
Yeah.
Driving
Oh,
the
that's
Zamboni.
right. Yeah, the Zamboni.
Our time at World of Wheels as well, I included.
True.
So,
Oh, you're
Wheels.
right. Whoa, that's crazy.
Smaller wheels.
It's fun driving. Yeah.
It is. Well, then coming up on Tuesday, we have a Mother's Day themed blindfold to share. We're making a few classic cards, just like we did back in kindergarten, with some very interesting supplies collected here by Hunter.
It's gonna be a
It
lot
was
of fun.
fun, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was a great time. I haven't done that in years, so that was fun.
I haven't made anything for my mom in years, Hunter says. Just kidding.
I take my
store's
mom for
for.
granted that she's the best woman ever. No, she's the best.
that's why we got cards at the store. Thanks for joining us this week. We love you.
Yeah, we'll see you Monday. Have a great and relaxing weekend.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.